The Siege of Fort William is an often overlooked but important event in Scottish history. During the 1745 Jacobite Rising, the Jacobite army laid siege to the fort from March 20 to April 3, 1746. The fort, located in the Scottish Highlands, was one of a line of forts built along what is now the Caledonian Canal, designed to protect the area from rebellion. The background of the siege is rooted in the history of the Jacobite Risings, which were a series of uprisings and rebellions in Scotland and England in the late 17th and early 18th centuries. The goal of these risings was to restore the Stuart monarchy to the British throne. The 1745 Rising, led by Charles Edward Stuart, also known as Bonnie Prince Charlie, was the last of these rebellions and the closest to achieving success. After the Jacobites retreated from Stirling Castle in February 1746, they set their sights on reducing government strongpoints in the Highlands, including Blair Castle and Fort Augustus. After capturing Fort Augustus on March 1, they moved on to Fort William, the last government-controlled position in the Great Glen. The Jacobite force, led by Colonel Stapleton and consisting of 150 French regulars and clansmen, arrived outside the fort on March 8. Operations began on March 20 but made little progress, as the fort was well designed and modern, and the garrison was reinforced by the sloop of war Baltimore, and the bomb vessel Serpent. The Jacobites were unable to take the fort, and the Duke of Cumberland's army arrived on April 3, forcing the Jacobites to retreat and abandon the siege. One of the key factors that contributed to the failure of the siege was the fort's control of the sea and lock, which allowed the defenders to be resupplied and provided fire support. The Jacobites were also hampered by poor roads and lack of horses to pull their heavy guns, as well as their lack of experience in siege operations. Despite the failure of the siege, the Jacobite Rising of 1745–46 was a significant event in Scottish history, and the Siege of Fort William is an important part of that story. It highlights the strength and determination of the government forces, as well as the challenges faced by the Jacobites in their attempt to restore the Stuart monarchy.